I'd say I believe in the idea of them being spirits, like an uncontinued soul, like trying to find their way to the afterlife.
This is weird. Like, you know, every time you see something move, you think, "Oh, was it me? It might have been a ghost."
There's an asylum in Colchester.
The little hospital in Colchester.
Several in Colchester.
That's supposed to be haunted, obviously because it was an insane asylum, so people obviously died there from just being almost neglected by the staff almost. I wouldn't say that it was haunted. I'd say that it was just what people think to be haunted. That it's an old decrepit building that was used for quite negative stuff. And like that idea in people's heads can relate to the belief in ghosts.
Severals Asylum, I know, was opened in 1913. It was for where people went that were a little bit wrong in the head, so a little bit mental. I don't know if they were criminally mental, like they killed people, or whether they were just a bit strange. But all I know is that eventually, around 1980s or 1970s, it closed down. And the building still stands. There's rumours that with all the mental people and the fact that they died there and the spirits and just the strangeness of it all, that there is actually ghosts and haunted beings that walk around at night, which is a little strange.
So what was your views of it so far? It's not that scary actually. We haven't seen or heard anything bad.
I keep looking.
We've just gone through the electricity fence and we're in the construction site now, about to go to the main fence.
Once we got through the construction site, we reached this massive 8-foot fence. It was spiky and metal, and it was impossible to climb over. So we had the idea that with the construction site and the tools in it, we would use it to kind of build a sculpture that we could kind of climb up and eventually jump over the fence. That wasn't working that well, so Kaz had the idea to turn barriers sideways, which the railings would be used as ladders. So we turned them sideways against the fence. I'd brought a carpet from home made of rubber, chucked it over the fence spikes, which obviously meant we could stand over the spikes without them penetrating our skin, and it would have been safe. So we all went over slowly, carefully. We didn't want anyone getting hurt, and it was so dangerous thinking back to it. We were trying to find out whether ghosts exist. Maybe they still do, but one thing's sure, they definitely don't in Severals Asylum.
Yeah, I think I do. From when I was little, there's stuff going on in the house. This is weird. Like, you know, every time you see something move, you think, "Oh, was it me? It might have been a ghost." See anything? Little bangs, little knocks. Sometimes you hear like, it might be the boiler, but then it's like, is it a ghost? I think it's just always in the back of your mind.
I don't believe in ghosts. I think they're things that people believe in because they still want to believe in their loved ones being alive.
No, I don't know. I feel like maybe there is something there that people feel, but I wouldn't say it was ghosts. Obviously I don't know that much about it, and I respect that people feel that their house might be haunted with like people that have died and stuff and tragedy, but I don't know, I just think it's an interesting thing, but I don't believe in it.
They're represented as a money grab.
Well, it depends really on the time of year. If it's like a Halloween, then I think ghosts are quite sinister, perhaps. But other times of the year, people might be a little bit more, think positively about ghosts. I don't really know. You've got like Casper, the friendly ghost. Depends if you're a child, I suppose, as well as an adult. You have different kind of ideologies about what a ghost is and what a ghost looks like physically.
Like you see Halloween, like Halloween passed a while ago, and if you look down like a shopping mall, you see like the jack-o'-lanterns and everything, and then you have like ghost costumes, like anything like that, where it's just a white cloak with the holes cut out for the eyes.
Lying on the periphery of the tiny hamlet whose name it bears, Borley Rectory was once christened by paranormal investigator Harry Price the most haunted house in England.
Borley was a beautiful place. We turned up and it was quite natural and green, and it just gave off a positive vibe and everything. You wouldn't ever associate it with the ghosts and hauntings and horrors that are now associated with it. Unfortunately, the rectory was burnt down in the Second World War, and since then houses have been built over the top of it. So all we could see was the grounds of the church and the graveyard that was around it, and it didn't give off any vibes that strange, dark stuff had happened there. It sort of gave off. It was quite well looked after, so to speak. There was a figure inside the church. We could see from the outside. We went in the church. We knocked on the big oak wooden door. No answer. But it was open, so we managed to just gently open it, and we looked inside, and we saw this hunched over small lady in this massive church, and it was quite something. She looked so out of place, and it gave her a very eerie vibe. Like the rest of it so far wasn't that eerie, but this was. And she was hoovering, she was cleaning, and she looked up at us, and she didn't take too kindly to us, and effectively just told us to leave, really. However, we did actually get a clip of her telling us to leave and briefly talking about the Borley Rectory or the Borley Church. The sound is lost due to the fact that the wind was very harsh, but you can just about make out what some of it says.
And people answered around.
Oh, very
so
sorry.
Please don't do anything on the board. I have talked years ago to the council around on
Sorry, we were.
schools.
Yeah, I understand completely. No, well, it was a beautiful place.
It's a lovely old church. If you looked up, looked into the history and the rest of the church itself.
Yeah.
Part of it, but not this supernatural.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. Or even about the old rectory when that was here, which started it. It had nothing to do with the church.
Yeah.
It was the old rectory. And I knew somebody who's now sadly buried in the churchyard who worked there, and she said, absolute nonsense. You can go for it.
Yeah.
Alright?
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry.
No, that's all
Way.
right. So when did the rectory get done?
1939.
39.
Yes. Yes, a long time ago. 70 years.
How did it happen? How?
Oh, they said deliberately set it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, whereabouts
Was
was
it?
it? Was
No,
it?
I'm not telling you.
Personally, I believe strange things have happened at the Borley Rectory and the Borley site itself. I didn't see anything on the day to give off these vibes, and it's more through me reading on the internet that past experiences and stories that people have already spoken about. I don't see how it can warrant being called Britain's scariest house or most haunted house. I feel that was a bit of an exaggeration on behalf of Harry Price back a long time ago. I don't think it has enough to warrant that title. I feel like there's much scarier places out there. So my result, probably say not haunted.